this is still hanging around, and I want to show you. This is pretty glorious. I don't know how that, like, they have just not been able to let go of this so far. Escalator gate. Was this sabotage? This is fucking. This was last week. You guys are still on this. Also, can I might have to show, and I don't know if we have this CSL, that the Netanyahu stuff, you probably put it in there. I just may have scrolled past it. I apologize. The Netanyahu Trump like presser that they had today. And while Netanyahu is talking, Trump just looks fucking, yeah, oh, there he is. Yeah, I got it. Just looks like he's going to fucking keel over the whole time. Well, here, shit, hold on. Let me see if I'll open this up right now. This is, this is, like, he's been looking bad lately. Don't get me wrong, like, it's been pretty consistent. His whole...
When they gaze upon Yosemites,
like, he's looked pretty bad lately. And there's, I told somebody this weekend, I was at Stephanie Miller's birthday party. She had a little brunch, and I've never been able to make it to any of her parties. And I stayed in town 2 days after my stand-up gig just so I could go to her birthday party because we share a birthday month, and I just have never had a chance to do it. And so I stuck around. I got to talk. It was great. I got to see Kathy Griffin, who has a new tour called New Face, New Tour, because she just got a new facelift, which I don't understand, but okay. And we had, I haven't talked to her. I don't think we haven't had a sit-down conversation since I sang Total Eclipse of the Heart with her and Margaret Cho at Judy Toll's birthday party in like 1997. Yeah, little 20-something Hal hanging around with the alt comedy crowd, who had utter disdain for me, by the way, at the time, and maybe still do. But had a great conversation with him, and Mark Hamill was there. He and I share a birthday, so I would like to reiterate, if I may, happy birthday to my brother from another year. But I was making the case that, like, by the midterms, easily, Trump's window of function is going to be 4 hours a day, maximum. It could be worse. There's always room for it to be, but it's for real. And I'm not being facetious. I'm not willing this on him. I'm not wishing it on him. I'm just going by what every doctor who's looked at him has said, what his fucking symptoms have been, what he's like in public most of the time, what the window of, like, consciousness that he has, and then him waking up in the fucking middle of the night and then fast back, that he's doing all night long. And then I really do think by spring, I'm going with 4 hour window a day maximum. That anything outside that, we're talking Reagan in 1988. Reagan had primary dementia, and he entered primary dementia in 1981 after being shot. The idea was that he would have done that later in life, but because he was shot, it sped the process up. It was so damaging to his system that it slices 10 years out of your life and brings old age closer, right? Because it's so hard on you when he was shot. And so Trump, I think, the stress of the 4 years in between where he was having to deal with his other shit because he didn't give a fuck when he was president about the ramifications of what he was doing, and I don't think he does necessarily now, but the fear of Epstein, the fear of losing his money and people seeing through his fucking mask and the embarrassment of it and all that kind of stuff definitely took its toll. And now now that he's a lame duck, he's aware that he's nearing the edge of his useful window for everybody around him, and he can smell it. Somebody says, I disagree. I think he's going to blow a clot by New Year's. I agree with you, but I'm not counting on that. That is one of these, like, that's a maybe that's out there almost always floating. Could happen tomorrow. because he's that age and he's that infirm. But at the very least, maximum, like if they do everything right and they gack him full of, peptides and fucking Adderall and all kinds of stuff and throw, NMN down his fucking gullet and get him NAD plus IVs, which I guarantee they're doing all that shit. It won't matter because he's such a fucking mess. And this is a real example. So this is him with Netanyahu, and they gather. Yeah. And it's like weirdly quiet. Like it's almost like they were arguing beforehand in the other room and people heard it. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't show that part of it, but it's almost like everybody in this room was sitting in there listening to Netanyahu and Trump yelling at each other and like, well, let's fucking do this. You know what I mean? And then they go out and play nice at this part of it for real. That's what it feels like in this room.
Thank you very much, everybody. So this
is not a warm reception for anybody.
is a big day, a beautiful day, potentially one of the great days ever in civilization.
Right. Yeah. Ever in civilization. Fuck you, wheel. Fuck you, fire.
Things that have been going on for hundreds of years and thousands of years. We're at a minimum very, very close, and I think we're beyond very close.
At a minimum, we're very, very close, and we're beyond very close. Yeah. Cool story, bro. Yeah, you figured it out. You and that fucking guy have figured out how to bring peace to the Middle East after 3,000 years of Abrahamic religion infighting. Jesus Christ.
And I want to thank Bibi for really getting in there and doing a job.
Just getting in there and doing a job. Boy, you're just leaving out, I guess, all the, just all generic phrases. No modifying adjectives at all.
Bring out Jadid!
All right.
We worked well together.
Why are you out of breath? Did he just spank you?
As we have with many other countries, both of us, with many other countries, which is the only way this whole situation gets solved. And I'm not just talking about Gaza. Gaza is one thing, but we're talking about much beyond Gaza.
Why? Dude. Gaza is currently insurmountable. What the fuck do you think you're going to fucking put a cork in this and move on? Sorry, what do you think you're going to do? Issue a memo that Gaza hung itself in prison and just pretend there's nothing else to see here? Have Pam Bondi put out a memo on a Sunday night.
The whole deal.
Yeah, the whole deal.
Everything getting solved. It's called
Everything getting solved. It's what you've been waiting for.
peace in the Middle East.
It is. That's what it's called. That's what I've been calling it. It's called Peace in the Middle East.
So today
What the fuck?
is a historic day
Hold on. Did my headphones just die? What the shit?
for peace, and Prime Minister Netanyahu.
No, they did. Hold on. For some reason, these guys just ditched out on me. 1 second. What is going on? I'm being clearly. Let's see. There they are. I see them. It's the deep state coming after me again. Dink.
And I have
There you
just
go.
concluded an important meeting on many vital issues, including Iran, trade, the expansion of the Abraham Accords.
Oh, the Abraham Accords. Ew. Pardon me, mate. I'll be in the drawing room playing on the grand piano while you work on the Abraham Accords. The Abraham. Yes, when the Lord did look down and go, Abraham, I want you to kill your son. How do you think this is fucking spelled? It's Abraham. Hard A. I'm from Chicago. Abraham. Ew. Broham.
And most important,
The Abraham Accords.
We discussed how to end the war in Gaza, but it's just a part of the bigger picture, which is peace in the Middle East.
It is really. It's this little part of the Abraham Accords. Abraham.
And let's call it eternal peace in the
Yeah, while you're at it, why don't you just go to the fucking temple on the mountain, declare yourself God, and just jumpstart the rapture, fuckhead. Yeah, eternal peace. I believe it. I think it's going to happen. Look, chat room, you guys are a big bunch of meanie dowdy pants. And you think it's not possible to have eternal peace in the Middle East as of September 29th, 2025. And I don't know why, because he figured it out. He figured it out. Apparently, the entire cause of the Israel-Palestinian discord has been Tylenol. Anaconapana. Jesus Christ. It's called eternal peace. I'm going to get into heaven. I got it settled. This is my last chance. You're gonna fuck around and be best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for 25 years. The only way Jesus is going to let me into the heaven, and obviously it'll be the gated community part of it, and I won't be near any of the women, so it'll be kind of like hell for me, but definitely heaven for them, is to bring eternal peace in the Middle East. Fuck me.
Middle East. So this is far more than anybody expected, but the...
Nah, I thought you'd nail. I was like, when he came in, I was like, this is it. Eternal peace in the Middle East. This is just the start. I mean, you can look at Gaza right now and go, it's basically peaceful. Jesus Christ.
The level of support that I've had from the nations in the Middle East and surrounding Israel and neighbors of Israel has been...
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, Lebanon, Syria, like a fucking well-oiled machine. Iran, fucking Jordan keeping its mouth shut, Qatar's negotiating this stuff because we have a giant deal there and they're a tiny little fucking country. Egypt's just trying to keep the Iranian Republican Guard from toppling the fucking government. Yeah, dude, it's fucking Yemen. Smooth.
Incredible. Every
It's totally.
single one of them. This afternoon, after
Every one of them. Okay.
extensive consultation with our friends and partners throughout the region, I'm formally releasing our principles for peace, which people have...
You're formally releasing your principles for peace. One would think that, I'm sorry, I started thinking logically that you would have already presented these and Hamas or someone representing the Palestinians will have agreed to this thing and led to it, as opposed to, we finally figured out what we're going to ask for.
Really liked, I must say. And these are done, not just routinely done, these are done with total consideration and working with the nations that we're talking about. All.
Oh my God. Oh God. This is fucking terrible. All right. It routinely, presidents in the past have tried to get all the countries around Israel on board to help negotiate and maintain any kind of... That is the routine part of it, dumbass. Like, the other part is, I guess, that other presidents just weren't stupid enough to pretend that they were all on board.
If these nations have made contributions to those suggestions.
I bet they have.
I want to thank the leaders of many Arab and Muslim nations for their...
Not all of them?
Tremendous support in developing the proposal, along with many of...
It's crazy insane alien says it gets better. It couldn't possibly. This is fucking magic.
Our allies in Europe. Europe has been very much involved. And as I was called by many of the European leaders, most of them saying, "Is this true?"
Imagine that phone call. Hey, is this, I just heard, is this true? Yeah, that happened.
Are you really doing peace in the Middle East? This is.
Are you really? Why? Are you really doing, like, I looked at my agenda and I have to say, I didn't see doing peace in the Middle East. We had that penciled in for Thursday. Are you doing peace in the Middle East, are you? Oh, yes, I'm working on the Abraham Accords. Oh, pardon me, Mater. I'll be in the drawing room playing the grand piano while you're working on peace in the Middle East with the Abraham Accords.
The most incredible thing we've heard. Some think.
Sorry. I just like the idea that fucking world leaders are calling up going, are you? Did I hear right? Are you really? Because that's incredible. Wow. When did America start trying to work on, I don't know, some sort of a two-state solution? This is new.
It's the biggest thing they've ever heard.
This is fucking crazy. Ah, shit. Hold on. Aw. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Steph just posted this. With the dog, by the way, the dog sneezed in Mark's face right that second. God. This video might do me in. Jesus Christ.
They called just to find out, was it just a rumor or is it actually done?
And
then they said, have you spoken to the Arab leaders? Have you spoken to all of the other leaders that we have to get? A lot of people involved in this one. I also want to thank Prime Minister.
Well, did you? What? Sorry, did they call and go, look, are you trying to do, is it just you and fucking Netanyahu and Jared Kushner and a fucking bulldozer? This is not, have you talked to anybody else? Is this, what are you doing? I'm just saying I'd like to see some transcripts. Yeah.
For agreeing to the plan and for trusting that if we work together, we can bring an end to the death.
Who the fuck? Does Netanyahu have tuberculosis?
And destruction that we've seen for so many years, decades, even centuries.
Nah, I gotta say, it's been the last couple of years that have been particularly fucked up.
And begin a new chapter of security, peace, and prosperity for the entire region. And I want to just say that my meetings and dialogue that we had with so many countries, Saudi Arabia as an example, the king.
The king, he's a great guy. He said our country was hot as a pistol. It was dead, now we're hot as a pistol. Fuck.
Phenomenal person.
No, he isn't. He threw a permanent resident of the United States into a fucking wood chipper because he didn't like what he wrote about him.
The Emir of Qatar, he's incredible people.
Yeah, and they all like golf and invest in your fucking live golf bullshit.
UAE, and that's MBZ and ABZ.
Sorry, is that the TV stations over there? American Broadcasting Zero?
We're totally involved. These are the people that we've been dealing with and who've been...
Sorry. Does he mean MBS?
Actually very much involved in this negotiation, giving us ideas, things they can live with, things they can't live with. Pretty complex.
You think? Well, I don't know. I think he got it handled. I don't know. Yeah. ABZ, MSDNC, ACE, YMCA.
I mean, after 2,000, 3,000 years, whatever it is, I guess it's got to be a little complex, or it would have been done a long time ago.
Nah, I don't know. Why would you think that? It was like, I think it's just because we've had stupid people in charge for 2 millennia. Oh, shit.
The King of Jordan was with us, as you know, in the United Nations. The President of Turkey, President
Please say their names. Please try to pronounce their names.
Erdogan is a friend of mine, a strong man, but a good man. President of Indonesia, somebody who's an amazing leader.
Oh, yeah? What's his name?
Prabowo. He is an amazing leader and respected by everybody. He was in the room with us. We were together with most of these people that I mentioned.
Really? In a negotiation? You don't say.
Others were by phone or the next day.
Or by, like, if you want peace in the Middle East, please check this box.
The Prime Minister and the Field Marshal of Pakistan, they were with us right from the beginning. Incredible. In fact, they just put out a statement that they fully believe in this pact. It just came out just as I was walking around. They said, sir, you have a big notice from the Prime Minister of Pakistan and from the Field Marshal that they back this 100%.
Great. Well, it's important because they're right next door to all this, so it's going to affect their security.
President El-Sisi of Egypt, who's terrific. And these are people I've gotten to know over the years. I mean, I would say it started around 2015 and then went into 2016 when the presidency
Oh, right. When, like, people that were working in your transition were taking money from Egypt to, and yeah, sure.
officially began. But I've known him actually for a long time, and there are many cases really great men. I can't say in all cases, but I will tell you in many cases they're great men.
Yeah, some of them suck, I guess. Did you tell them which ones to their face? I mean, you're a bold leader. You can't hold back.
And some great women, too. They tend to be mostly men, however. I will say that. But if accepted...
No kidding. The leaders of Middle Eastern countries, largely men, you say? No shit.
By Hamas, this proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages immediately, but in no case more than 72 hours.
In no case more than 72 hours? Okay, so they in no more than 72. All right. In no case should it be. So if 72 hours pass, they can keep them?
So the hostages are coming back, and...
No, they're not. They haven't agreed to this, you motherfucker.
I hate even saying this from the standpoint, doesn't sound right, but it is so important to the parents. The bodies of the young men, I believe in almost all cases, the young men are coming back immediately. I met with parents. The parents felt as strongly about getting
Oh, my fucking God. The bodies of the dead ones. They cared more about getting their dead relatives back than people cared about getting their living ones back. Said no one ever? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you even make this comparison? Holy shit.
Body of their dead boy back as they did as though the boy were alive and well.
I think that if they had a choice, they would have preferred to have them back alive.
Important to them. And it means the immediate end to the war itself, not just Gaza. It's the war itself.
The war of what? Israel against all Palestinians existing in the world? Or is Israel planning to do the same thing to the West Bank after this, but maybe they won't?
Under the plan, Arab and Muslim countries have committed, and in writing in many cases, but I actually would take their word for it, the people...
Yeah, you know what, after 2,000 years, do we have to write anything down at this point? Haven't there been... I mean, we've got 2 Corinthians. Do we need a third? Right.
I mentioned, I take their word for it. To demilitarize Gaza, and that's quickly.
Sorry, who's gonna Other countries are agreeing to this? You do realize the people in Gaza, like Hamas, has to agree to this. No, Hamas doesn't give a fuck if Pakistan agrees that they should be demilitarized. What the fuck?
Decommission the
the Trust Me Broham Accords.
military capabilities of Hamas and all other terror organizations. Do that immediately. And we're relying on the countries that I named and others to deal with Hamas. And I'm hearing that Hamas wants to get this done too.
No, you're not. Yeah, quick, get the fluffer. He's deflating. Where'd you hear this? From the crazy little voice in the back of your head? Is the Hamas man in the room with us right now who's telling you this?
It's a good thing. And destroy all terror infrastructure, including the tunnels, weapons, production facilities. They have a lot of production facilities.
They do. Yeah, that's what everybody's really been worried about this whole time is production facilities. War production, where they've got a war factory where they make war just in general.
We're destroying. They'll also help
Many people
train
are saying.
Local police forces in the areas that we're discussing right now, in particular in and around Gaza, working with the new transitional authority in Gaza. All parties will agree on a timeline for Israeli forces to withdraw in phases. They'll be withdrawing in phases.
Yeah, the hostages come back immediately. Israel withdraw in phases as locals start to police themselves. I don't know why you didn't just lead with that. I think it's going to work. Sounds like a winner.
No more shooting, hopefully.
Is that written down, or are you just taking their word for it? This is fucked up.
As progress is made toward achieving these goals, Arab and Muslim nations need to be allowed the chance to fulfill these commitments of dealing with Hamas. They have to deal with them because they were the one group that we have not dealt with. I haven't dealt with them.
What? What do you mean deal with them? Like, sorry, these people are supposed to return the hostages so that other countries can kill them, or we will? Is that... I don't know why they didn't sign this immediately. You should go check the phone. Maybe they're calling right now. They're watching this and can't wait to sign up to be snuffed by the fucking Egyptians. What?
The Arab countries are going to, and Muslim countries are going to be dealing with Hamas, and I believe they've already.
And I understand that there's a way that you can get rid of Hamas with, like, by sticking a light bulb up your ass and disinfecting it. There's if a disinfectant works on something that's then you can maybe if you could just pour that into the lungs, you'll get rid of the Hamas, and then a very powerful light shoved up your ass.
There, I think they probably have an understanding, and they haven't maybe mentioned that, but I would imagine they do. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gone as far as they've gone.
What? What? I'd go back, but it's not going to help us understand it.
If they're unable to do so, then Israel would have the absolute right, and actually our full backing, the U.S. full backing. Marco's here, and a lot of our leaders are here, our great Vice President, Susie Wiles, Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner.
The people whose names I can remember that don't include what's-his-pants.
They've been so involved in this process. I don't think.
Really? It sounds like to me you've been on top of it the whole time, and you're the only one privy to the real nitty-gritty, to the real details.
Anybody else could have done it or even come close, but it's...
This asshole is going to die jealous of Jimmy Carter. Just get used to the idea. And Obama and Clinton. That's what this is all about. Like and Biden. He's just grinding on all the people he's jealous of. We're
right there. We're right there. First time in thousands of years, I think.
Yeah, I agree. We're right on the cusp of it. Nothing says peace in the Middle East like the current state of Gaza.
You can probably say, if you really look into it, if you study
I will. I mean, I haven't had time, but I'll try.
back, if you're a scholar.
Holy shit. If you're a scholar.
You would say thousands of years.
I would say, you're right. A scholar would say thousands of years, mainly just to make himself sound impressive.
Israel would have my full backing to finish the job of destroying the threat of.
Yeah, nothing says eternal peace. Like, if they don't do this quickly, you have my full backing to destroy them.
Hamas. But I hope that we're going to have a deal for peace.
Hope? You just said we're on the cusp of eternal peace. Maybe you mean you. Holy shit. I mean, as premonitions go, you guys know how I told it. Like this, remember that Christian preacher that kept saying that the rapture was coming, that the end of the world was coming, and it never did? And he's like, oh, I did the math wrong. I forgot to carry the. It's actually not May, it's October, and then it didn't come. And then he's like, sorry, 6 weeks. 6 weeks later, he died because at a certain point, you can predict the end of the world, but it might just be in a very localized sense. This whole eternal peace thing sounds like something he's dealing with. Yeah, eternal rest, right.
And if Hamas rejects the deal, which is always possible, they're the only one left. Everyone else has accepted it.
Nobody else can accept it on their behalf, you dumb motherfucker. They're the other party. There's only two parties. It's Israel and Hamas representing the Palestinians in Gaza. That's it. Everybody else, who gives a fuck what Pakistan thinks about it? They don't get to sign off on peace deals on other people's behalf. Fuckhead. Jesus Christ. We've got eternal peace. We're on the edge of it. Yeah. It's right here. It's never happened before, and I'm about to bring about the greatest era of peace in history. Basically, I'm like Jesus with a nunt.
But I have a feeling that we're going to have a positive answer.
Me too. I can feel it. Yeah. Anybody else feel it?
Why don't you just sit there and bleed a while before you taste some real pain?
All right.
But if not, as you know, BB, you'd have our full backing to do what you would have to do.
Eternal peace. You have our full backing as a Christian nation to forgive them. I'm just fucking with you. Level the place. I want to put her in a pool.
Understands that the ultimate result must be the elimination of any danger.
That's a tough one. Yeah, revenge being a tough thing to deal with. It can be generational. Any really.
Posed in the region.
In the region. Okay, so not just in the Gaza area. So anywhere around them. Okay.
And the danger is caused by Hamas. The tyranny of terror has to end. And this is, again, something that we're looking for. This is eternity. This is...
Yikes. This is eternity. That's what I'm looking for. I'm just one little bit of eternity. So deal with that, okay? Eternity. I'm just finding a little bit of eternity, okay? Eternity. Eternity.
For forever.
Oh, that's what eternity means. I've been wondering. It just sounds like something, I don't know, like somewhere between ether and a key. I don't know. But yeah, so it means forever. Oh, that means forever. That's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld.
To ensure the success of this effort, my plan calls for the creation of a new international oversight body, the Board of Peace, we call it. The Board?
The Board of Peace. We got the Department of War and the Board of Peace. He named it that because he's already bored with peace. He's bored of peace. The Board of Peace. Oh my God. Everybody just lost their boner in that room.
Peace, sort of a beautiful name, the board.
Sort of. Sort of a beautiful. The Board of Peace. It sounds like an ironic name for a paddle in the vice principal's office.
Of Peace, which will be headed not at my request, believe me. I'm very busy, but we have to make sure this works. The leaders of the Arab world and Israel and everybody involved asked me to do this, so it would be headed by a gentleman known as President Donald J. Trump of the United States. That's what I want, is some extra work to do, but...
Jesus Christ! What? Chairman of the Board of Peace. Being president? Bullshit. Now he's got the role of a lifetime. If I don't get the Nobel Peace Prize for being president, chairman of the Board of Peace Prize, son of a bitch.
It's so important that I'm willing to do it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm sure. And now that I know it's in good hands, tiny hands, orange hands, bruised hands, but still.
And we'll do it right, and we're going to put leaders from other countries on, and leaders that are very distinguished leaders.
Yeah, people who dress fancy and have nice watches. Excellent.
And we'll have a board, and one of the people that wants to be on the board is the UK former Prime Minister, Tony Blair. Good man, very good man.
He does? Does he know that he wants to be on it? Have you talked to him about it? Is he the person who called him? I'm sorry, are we doing this peace thing? Am I on some sort of board of peace? Have you talked to anyone else? Is anyone else available? This turned out to be the root of that fucking phone call he said a minute ago about, what, are you doing peace? What? We're doing what? Because he fucking announced that he was going to be on this board and he didn't know it.
And some others.
Yeah, I trust. Otherwise it wouldn't be a board. It'd just be you and Tony, I guess. Just waiting for Godot. Just you and Tony on a park bench.
And they'll be named over the next few days.
In the next 2 weeks, clearly. It was good. I mean, we're on the cusp of eternal peace. What's a couple of days against eternity? Jesus Christ.
And it'll be quite the board.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. It'll be quite the board. The board of the Abraham Accords.
Everybody wants to be on it now.
Oh, yeah, buddy. I do. Sign me the fuck up. I'll do it. I'm not even close to joking. I'll jump right the fuck in there. Seriously. And now, I will obviously do a hostile takeover of the board, get all the controlling shares, and of course, leverage buyout the rest of these motherfuckers and drive him and Tony off the board. And but in the interim, it'll be hilarious.
I don't know if that had anything to do. They named me, and everybody else wanted to be on it, I guess.
Yeah, that's what did it. Everybody else wanted, like fucking that guy, Pakistan, Field Marshal Khan. I don't know.
They figure, well, he's a soft touch. He'll be easy to deal with. Working with the World Bank and others, it will be responsible for recruiting and training a new government that will be made up of Palestinians along with highly qualified experts from all around the world.
All around the world, same song. Yeah, yes, the World Bank. Hey, maggots. How do you feel about that whole WEF deep state World Bank thing again? You guys are cool, right? Now that they're part of the Abraham Accords. Ew.
Hamas and other terrorist factions will play no role in the board, but...
Her board? No, they're not going to they didn't want to join, or when they heard you were on it, or...
they'll play no role in the governance of Gaza at all.
Okay, so they're supposed to give back all of the hostages immediately. They've got 72 hours to do it. If they don't do it in that time, other Arab countries are going to have to kill them all. If they do give them back immediately, other Arab countries are going to have to still kill them all, and then the Gaza is going to be taken over by a board headed by you and the World Bank and Tony Blair, who was great during the Iraq War, by the way, and who also, I believe, QAnon thinks is part of some sort of lizard eating, like a lizard people baby eating group.
Directly or indirectly, as you know.
Probably indirectly. I'm going to go with indirectly, mostly. Like most of this will be done indirectly.
Thousands of Hamas leaders have been killed, and soldiers have been killed.
And it was a pretty big organization. They had thousands of leaders. Talk about, I mean, maybe that's why they weren't that successful overall, is that their hierarchical structure was just spread too thin.
And we can never forget October 7th, but thousands have paid the price for that. And now it's time to get our hostages back and get back to trying to build something that's really great and very important. In our meeting,
You mean Trump Plaza Gaza?
today, Prime Minister Netanyahu was very clear about his opposition to a Palestinian state. And he continuously mentions October 7th, and I understand that. Most people do.
But?
And I understand and respect his position on many things, but what he's doing today is so good for Israel. I noticed that they have large crowds gathering in Israel all the time, and they have my name up. They like me for whatever reason, Bibi, I don't know, but they do like me. But
I would guess it's the giving them 2,000-pound bombs when Biden wouldn't.
they say two things. Please get the hostages back and please end the war. They've had it. It's had it. So I think it's a very popular thing you do because he's a warrior. He doesn't know about getting back to a normal way of life, but he is a warrior. And
he does. Sorry, he doesn't know about getting back to a normal. Sorry, so he picked this. He picked this up, like he did this on purpose. Is that the idea?
Israel's lucky to have him, but now
hopefully they'll be lucky to have him in jail after he comes up on corruption charges and actually is found guilty.
People want to get back to peace. They want to get back to normalization in a true sense. Several countries have
normalization. I mean, you mean normalcy?
Foolishly recognized the Palestinian state. As you know, some of our European friends, allies, good people, but they're really, I think, doing that because they're very tired of what's going on for so many
Yeah, they're doing it out of exhaustion. They don't really care.
decades. They've been presidents and prime ministers for years, and during this time, having to do with the Middle East, all they're doing is talking about the same thing over and over. They want to see it get back. And nobody wants that more than me, or I believe Bibi too. But the people
No.
of Israel want it. They really want it. They want the hostages back. That includes the probably 32 bodies that we're talking about.
Probably.
20 people that are living, 32 or so people that are dead, and they want to have peace. So let us not forget how we got here. Hamas was
Oh my God.
elected by the Palestinian people. Israel withdrew from Gaza thinking they would live in peace. Remember that a long time ago? They withdrew. They said, you take it.
I love when Wikipedia comes slamming in the chocolate and peanut butter mix of Trump reading Wikipedia stories and his own like blurry bullshit misappropriation of facts and history. When they smash together, it's just it's must-see TV.
This is our contribution to peace, but that didn't work out. That didn't work out. It was the opposite of peace.
What would that be?
They pulled away. They let them have it. And I never forgot that because I said, that doesn't sound like a good deal to me.
Yeah. You've been saying since they pulled out in 2005. Yeah, they're like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Trump's like, occupy that shit. Move them out. Get rid of the Palestinian state entirely and start putting up condos. That's great property.
As a real estate person, I mean, they gave
Well, fuck, I was joking. And there he goes.
up the ocean, right? Ron, they gave up the ocean. They said, who would do this deal?
Yeah. Let's just pause there for a moment. Reflect on all the people who thought that this would be a coin flip between Trump and Kamala Harris. That the guy, and so they were comfortable stepping back and allowing this fuckhead to get elected because they thought he would be better for the Palestinian people. The guy who called it called for Trump Plaza Gaza, who put out an AI video of half-naked women dancing in Gaza in his new, chic properties that Jared Kushner would build. Yeah, that guy.
And it still didn't work out. They were very generous, actually. And they gave up the most magnificent piece of land in many ways in the Middle East. And they
Jesus.
said, all we want to do now is have peace. And
Yes.
that request was not on.
Yeah, bingo. When you Google what the opposite of peace is in the chat room, please let me know.
Honored. Instead of building a better life for the Palestinians, Hamas diverted resources to build over 400 miles of tunnels and terror infrastructure, rocket production facilities, and hid their military command posts and launch sites in hospitals, schools, and mosques. So if you went after them, you'd be after them, and you wouldn't even realize you ended up knocking out a hospital or school
You didn't even realize.
or a mosque.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were firing at. What the fuck are you talking about?
That terrible thing. Terrible, terrible way to have to fight. No fight is good, but that's a real bad one. So there are many Palestinians who wish to live in peace. Many. I've seen so many of them.
Oh, yeah, they just did a parade through the fucking White House of Palestinians that you've been talking to. You must be exhausted.
And they have support. And I challenge the Palestinians to take responsibility for their destiny, because that's what we're giving them. We're giving them responsibility for their destiny.
It's more of an ultimatum,
Fully condemn and prohibit terrorism and earn their way to a brighter future. They don't want the life that they've had. They've had a rough life with Hamas. If the Palestinian Authority does not complete the reforms that I laid out in my vision for peace in 2020, they'll have only themselves to blame. We're giving
Sorry, the Palestinian Authority, they don't even speak on behalf of Hamas.
them an amazing
Sorry, the Palestinian Authority hasn't agreed to the terms that Hamas has to agree to, but Pakistan has. And if another party that's not a party to the actual agreement doesn't agree to it, you're going to punish the rest of fuck me.
footprint, and they have amazing support from the leaders of the Arab world and the Muslim
Totally.
world. The great leaders. These are great leaders. These are unbelievable leaders that have built
I don't believe that you even know who they are.
great countries and very wealthy countries.
Well, yeah, right. A lot of big Gulf countries, I think is what you mean.
What the future holds for the
Big ones that are paying that $3 billion wealth fund that your son-in-law is managing.
Palestinians, no one really knows, but the plan that we put
And I've gone cross-eyed.
forward
Jesus.
today is focused on ending the war immediately, getting all of our hostages back,
Yeah, that was. Are you reading the pages in order?
getting everything back.
Get it back. Getting everything back. We just want it back. Back to where it was. Back.
Hard to believe when you even say it.
Yeah, it is. Back to how utterly peaceful it was before October 7th, with rockets flying into Israel all the time and Israeli snipers having, shooting at Palestinians on the regular and a constant threat and the tunneling. Yeah, remember the good old days?
And creating conditions for durable Israeli security and Palestinian success. Israeli security is going to be involved. We're going to help you. We'll be there with you in terms of helping with security. We want to make sure it works. We just want to make sure.
Sorry, American boots on the ground in Gaza? That's what I heard. Is that what you guys heard, chat room? That's Jesus Christ.
Works. There shouldn't be a shot fired. Now there will be, I guess, because
Why? It's eternal peace. You said we're on the cusp of eternal peace after thousands of years. Look, the important message here, right, is don't take Tylenol. It causes war in the Middle East. Don't take it. And don't give a baby in Gaza Tylenol unless it's absolutely medically necessary. Otherwise, don't do it.
so it seems to be. But they shouldn't have to be within a few days. They shouldn't have to be a shot fired.
Okay, sure. Wouldn't that be true everywhere? Yeah. So have you tried blasting Kumbaya really loud? Like on loudspeakers?
And maybe for
Maybe play Imagine really loud. You know what I mean? Do one of those things where it like plays on everybody's phone at once, like an episode of Sherlock.
eternity. Wouldn't that be nice?
Jesus, listen, hold on. You what now? Hold on. I have to get this back. Where the fuck is my... There it is.
Got fired. And maybe for eternity. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes. Imagine there's no shots fired. It's kind of fucking impossible to think about.
I hope it's true. I can tell you the leadership of that region feels that there's a good chance of it being true.
No. No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the people in Qatar are like, well, okay, if you say so, but shit.
So this will lead to this agreement that we're talking about will lead to a sustainable long-term peace. No president in
Sustainable long term. I think you mean eternal.
history has been a greater friend of the state of Israel than I have, in addition to
If I don't say so my damn self.
negotiating the Abraham.
Jesus. Ew. Ew. The Abraham. Ew. Oh dear. Ew. The Abraham Accords. Ew. Pardon me, Major. I'll be in the drawing room playing on the grand piano for the Abraham Accords. Oh, the Abraham.
Accords. I like to say it that way because the real people, that's what they call Abraham.
The real people. Did you hear that, Groypers? He thinks he's using the Jewish pronunciation. The real people. Abraham.
I would say Abraham, but it's so much nicer when you say Abraham. So much more elegant.
Jesus Christ.
The Abraham
That's why I say abracadabra.
Accords are
That's why I say Abraham Lincoln.
amazing. Jared, you did that along with your group of geniuses.
Oh, yeah. He's sitting right there. The ink is fresh on the real estate deal.
And nobody thought that could be done. We have
Yeah. Nobody thought that countries that weren't fighting would stop fighting.
4 countries, and Sleepy Joe Biden didn't do a thing. He didn't even know what the hell they were. He should have had them fold up. But I think this will also lead to
He should have had them fold up.
packing them. And who knows,
It's going to be packed. Yeah. The Abraham Accords are going to be packed.
maybe even Iran can get in there. I hope. We hope we're going to be able to get along with Iran. I think they're going to be
Don't you mean Iran? That's the way the fancy pants people say it.
open to it. I really believe that. But they could be a member.
Yeah, asshole, you think there's not going to be another shot fired in Gaza in 3 days? Forever.
I long ago said, I'll bet you at some point Iran will be a member of the Accords. And little did I realize it was going to take this turn. That was some turn we did with the B-2s.
Sorry, you're going to bomb them into the Abraham Accords?
But
Literally, people are laughing at him now in the audience. Like, this is fucked up.
I think they might very well be there because it's a great thing for them economically. I recognize the eternal.
Economically, yes, because the Abraham Accords are financial arrangements between wealthy individuals, not a peace process.
Capital of Israel. I opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. That was something that everyone said would never be done, could never be done. Virtually every president for many, many years, for decades.
Yeah, just talked about doing it and then went, actually, it's a bad idea. Never mind.
Would campaign on
No, they didn't.
making Jerusalem the capital of Israel.
No, they didn't. Most of them campaigned to be the president of the United States of America.
They campaigned on it over and over. Is that
Nope.
right, Steve? Is that right? Everyone, and when
No.
they got to it, and I understand why now, because it was so. When I got to office, I campaigned on it too. I said, we're going to make it. And then I'd get calls from the leaders of various countries saying, please don't do it. Please don't do it.
And then October 7th happened directly in response to it.
Lend the whole world. Please don't do it. And finally, I just didn't say anything, and I did it. People were calling me before I did it because I heard I was going to do it. And leaders of countries
Oh, you heard you were going to do it? Who'd you hear it from?
were calling me. And I think it was on a Thursday that I did it. And
Yeah, it's probably, I think it was a Thursday. Somebody wrote that down, right? It's a Thursday?
called me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3-4 times a day, and I said, tell them I'll call them back on Friday. And I announced it on Thursday, and I called them back, the biggest people in the world, and they said, you've done it. I said, done what? You've made the capital of Israel, Jerusalem, and we wanted to talk yet. I wish you called me a little sooner. Maybe I could have done something about. So that was a lot easier than getting into an argument.
What the fuck?
Because I knew what they were calling about. And you know what? It turned out to be amazing.
No, it didn't. It was one of the impetuses for October 7th. It literally was. They're like, okay, here it comes. He's recognizing the Golan Heights. He's moving the embassy there. He's recognizing they're going to destroy us, so we better strike first. That was, it doesn't excuse it, but that was absolutely what they wrote down as what, like, Yahweh Sinwar said that was when they started fucking planning it. And that's why everybody called and said, don't do it.
Everybody thought it was going to lead to the end of the
To what? Gee, and what happened?
world, right? The end of the world, Ron. That's what they said. It didn't lead to anything.
Yeah. I don't. What did happen October 7th? Anybody? Also, by the way, leading to the end of the world is the entire purpose of that area. That's why it exists. It's the landing pod for the end of the world.
It just led to something that I promised and something that was very, very popular for Jewish people and a lot of other people, too.
Yeah, a lot of other people. Yeah.
I recognize Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, and I cut taxpayer funding to the corrupt United Nations Relief and Works Agency. And United Nations was interesting because, as you know, a few days ago, they introduced me. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. I'm looking at my teleprompter, and the thing was dead, stone cold, dead.
Dead, stone cold, dead. Really? And it was there like an old Apple logo with the crisscross eyes on there, or that kind of stuff? So you couldn't just. Aren't you the asshole who said that you shouldn't need a teleprompter and only fucking weaklings need a teleprompter and only Democrats need a fucking teleprompter? You sure to bitch about losing your teleprompter a lot.
The thing's up here. I have a long, beautiful speech to make.
No, we heard it. It wasn't. It definitely felt long.
I'm back 30 feet back, and I'm saying, they're introducing me. There's nothing on my teleprompter.
Why would your speech be up on the teleprompter before you're on stage even?
So, but I made a speech. I actually got good marks. You think
You got good marks.
Biden could have done that? I don't think so. I don't think he could have done that. I don't think too many people could have done it. But actually, it was actually more
Actually, a lot of people do it kind of all the fucking time.
a speech from my heart, if you want to know the truth. I think it was maybe better in certain ways because it was from the heart.
Yeah, well, it certainly wasn't from the head. I'll give you that.
It has to be from the heart. Otherwise, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, who the fuck wants to think about what they're going to say before they say it? Kind of an asshole.
But I cut taxpayer
I'm just shocked you didn't break out into song like it was fucking Frozen.
funding for that very corrupt United Nations Relief and Works Agency, and nobody thought that would be done, and withdrew from the horrible Iran nuclear deal that was imposed upon Israel by Barack Hussein Obama.
Who, for the record, I noticed you didn't bring up how he would handle not having a teleprompter, did you? For some reason, you go after the dude who grew up with a stutter, who still managed to do better speeches than you do. But Obama, you didn't go up. You think Obama could just go up there and start? Well, actually, yeah, he'd probably fucking kick ass.
And Biden. And I don't think Biden knew anything about it, though. I don't think he knows anything about it now, actually, if you ask him. He'd say, what is that? And we obliterated Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity, make it
No, you didn't.
impossible for them to have a nuclear weapon, which they would have had probably in about 2 months from that.
2 weeks. I did 2 weeks. 3 tops.
But I've never asked Israel to compromise its security. But we had big, strong talk. Nobody's been better to Israel. No
Big, strong talk.
president's been better to Israel
Oh,
than
my
Donald
God.
Trump. But we had a long, strong talk, Bibi and I, and he
A long, strong talk, did you?
understands it's time.
Okay, I'm falling asleep. This is fucking exhaustingly bad.
It's time. History has shown, and the people of Israel want it, and the people of the Middle East want it. The people
You already read that part. That was 2 pages ago.
of enemies of Israel want it, but they don't have really too many enemies right now.
Sorry, enemies of Israel want this? Well, maybe then it's not good.
And you know what? Many countries have gained great respect for Israel for the way they fight.
Not so much. I think actually, arguably, they've lost more respect over the last little bit than they've gained.
They do, including me. I had respect anyway, but they gained respect.
How?
History has shown us that those who have relations with Israel have thrived, while those who have devoted resources and attention toward the destruction and even annihilation of Israel have languished. They haven't
Yeah, that's the big problem. Gaza's always languished.
done well. Israel is not going anywhere. They're going to coexist with other people and countries in the region, from Syria to Lebanon to Saudi Arabia. The promise of a new Middle East is so clearly within our reach. This is the
Jesus Christ. Like every word is so fucking labored. He looks like shit. Again, I told you, there's this, there'll be no more than a 4-hour window, I'm saying by the spring. Judging from this speech, I would say by Christmas.
closest we've ever come to real peace, not fake peace, not political fool's peace.
Political fool's peace.
If we can get this difficult problem solved,
If? What do you mean if? It's done. Eternal peace started 10 minutes ago.
opportunities for all within that vast region of this
It is vast. That's right. Hit on vast. Vast is a big word. Vast is fun. Say vast.
world. It's a vast region.
It is vast. I've thought that myself a few times. You know what I mean? Like, how would you describe that area? Vast. I'd say vast.
It's unlimited.
Which is like unlimited. Vast, unlimited. Big doesn't quite do it, I would say.
The Abraham Accords show that all countries are better
Excuse me, it's the Abraham Accords.
off when
Accords. Accords.
they communicate and work together and embrace new opportunities. I hope Jared and Steve and Susie and Marco and JD, we're great people. I hope you guys are going to work very hard to get these other countries in, because now they have no excuse.
Sorry, Hope. You run the board of peace. You're the chairman of the board of peace, dummy.
There's no longer an excuse. They were somewhat hesitant. And I tell you, the 4 countries that went in, I give them tremendous credit. And it's worked out incredibly well for them.
Oh, yeah, it's killer. Yeah, all the benefits of golf, right. It's all been golf. It's just golf.
In the same spirit, I'm pleased to report that earlier today, we took another important step toward greater understanding of the region. A short time ago,
Sorry, greater understanding of the region? What they do, show you a fucking map finally?
we had a historic phone call in the Oval Office with
Ooh.
Prime Minister Tani, who's really a great great person.
Oh, yeah? Prime Minister Tani, sure. Of who?
So we had a great talk, and
Oh, yeah? You and Prime Minister Tani? Did you? Tani Katayan from the Whitesnake videos? She passed away. I miss her.
I was on the phone, and Bibi was talking. Prime Minister Al-Thani was...
Prime Minister Al-Thani. I see. So not just... So I guess Tani to his friends. Sure.
They really had a heart-to-heart conversation. It was a great conversation.
Okay. So that's what the screaming was in the other room before they came in that made everybody in this room act like a bunch of kids around the dinner table when mom and dad are fighting. For real. That's that heart-to-heart, what he's talking about, that conversation, that's why when they walked into the room, everybody could hear them yelling through the door.
It was productive. It was everything that you need to have something turn out to be successful. And I want to thank Bibi. And I want to thank the Prime Minister. It was fantastic.
Prime Minister Albert Tani.
We agreed to launch a formal...
Tani the Tiger. He's great. That's right, I am tech.
Trilateral mechanism between Israel, Qatar, and the United States to begin a dialogue to enhance mutual security, correct misperceptions, and avoid future misgivings. And I want to thank Qatar, its leadership, and the Emir. He's a fantastic person. I think
doing a terrific job, doing a fabulous job.
You know, I'm going to be his public relations man because I know him differently than a lot of people know him. But he wants peace.
Sorry. Differently? So other people don't think he wants peace?
He wants to see peace.
But according to you, according to everybody else, he doesn't? Is that the idea?
People, and they really acknowledge the critical role that they've played as mediator. And again, we're not quite finished. We have to get Hamas, but I think they're going to be able to do that. So now it's time for Hamas to accept the terms of the plan that we've put forward today. And again...
Why? I mean, I thought we had eternal peace and it's done.
This is a different Hamas than we were dealing with because I guess over 20,000 have been killed. Their leadership has been killed 3 times over.
So who exactly are you talking to then? The fourth string?
So you're really dealing with different people than...
Well, maybe they'll be less inclined.
We've been dealing with...
Maybe the second guys were the most negotiable, and the third guys were more, on and on. It gets harder and harder.
Over the last 4 years, 5 years, everyone...
10 years, who cares? 1,000 years?
Done their part and come to the table in good faith. Our Arab and Muslim partners are fully prepared to step up and fulfill their commitments for the benefit of the people.
I never thought eternal peace would be so boring.
Gaza and the entire region, they're willing to step up and do a lot. They really are. There are a lot of good people involved. Everyone wants to see everybody.
Everyone wants to see.
Who wants to see an end to the violence and destruction should be united in calling for Hamas to accept the extremely fair proposal.
Yes, the extremely fair proposal, which apparently is give up the hostages and the corpses in 72 hours or less, or we will force a bunch of other Arab countries who have already agreed to it to wipe you out. If you do give them up within the next 72 hours, a bunch of Arab countries that we've made agreements with will still wipe you out. Jesus Christ.
So that we can end the war and get us back our hostages right now and have everlasting peace.
Everlasting peace, just like Jesus wants for everybody.
And I look forward to having relationships with everyone as the chairman of the board.
Of peace.
I'll be involved and we'll have meetings with some very smart people that'll be working over there to make sure that we haven't just been...
Well, it's obviously, if this is going to be an eternal peace, I would imagine you're going to have regular meetings for fucking ever. Is that
wasting time with an agreement that doesn't get done? The task of building peace will not be easy. There are some of the hardest problems in the world to solve.
Excuse me, I thought we already solved them. You opened with, it's done.
That's why it's been going on for so many centuries. But too many lives are at stake not to try, and this was more than a try. I mean, I think this is something that gets done when you have virtually every country.
virtually.
And these are powerful, powerful countries that
Sexy countries with lots of gold shit, gold all over everything, flowing robes,
a lot of money,
big airplanes.
and the money can make things happen.
Oh yeah, the money can make things happen. Hey, you know, who cares if your kid or your grandparents were bombed to death or crushed under a falling building? You know, what's the number? What do you think?
A lot of countries try and they don't have any money. These are very rich countries.
Yeah, that's the problem with peace, is that a bunch of fucking poor motherfuckers keep trying to make peace. That's the issue.
Can make things happen. So together we'll forge a much safer and more hopeful future for everybody, including Israel.
Well, I just assumed that they were included with everybody.
I want to thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for his partnership, and I want to thank all of the leaders, the kings and the emirs and the presidents and prime ministers, people I mentioned.
Yeah, but not by name.
And
Yeah, I know. If I speed Trump up, you won't get the full effect. It'll sound more cogent than it actually is.
they've been absolutely fantastic to work with.
Fantastic job.
And
Fantastic
it's
job.
happened very quickly. It's happened
Yeah, it's still. I mean, it's basically done.
from a couple of weeks before I had a couple of meetings, but a couple of weeks before we went to the United Nations, and we had some incredible meetings. It all came to place. It all took place, and everybody wanted to be a part of it. I don't have anybody that's saying we don't want anything to do with it. It's just the opposite. And I'll tell you, a couple of years ago, a year ago, I don't think we would have
Sorry, then who's on the fucking board?
had this kind of participation, Mr. VP, right? I don't think we would have had. It's been amazing. The participation
Mr. VP. So you know his last name isn't really Vance, and that's why it's hard for you to say it. It's like Mandel, right?
was 100%. Everybody wants to be a part of it. And everybody, those very strong countries, everybody wants it to work. So, Bibi, congratulations on this. This is, I think,
Congratulations on us coming up with a proposal that we're going to force upon Hamas with the threat of annihilation that they probably won't take, and the response will probably be, fuck you. I'm kidding. The hostages will all be back by Thursday at noon.
this will be your crowning achievement, frankly. If this all works out, we think it will. It's going to be your crowning achievement. And I want to
Yeah, he's an elected official. They don't get crowns.
thank you very much for being here.
It's a crown.
Thank you, please.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't need to hear from fucking Netanyahu's an asshole and he's not our problem. The Israeli version of my show can take the piss out of that motherfucker. I don't need to hear from him at all. I don't know if they don't take any questions. They just kind of bug out. So does he take?
So I think while we wait.
Hold on.
Mal Khatima Tova.
Okay.
Thank you.
And by the way, the entire time Trump is talking, the entire time Netanyahu's talking, Trump is just like effectively like dozing off. What part is this? 40:29. There we go. So like this whole time he's just kind of like whatever during the whole thing. We'll get back to here.
Mal Khatima Tova.
So I think while we wait for these documents to be signed and get everybody in line, I think it maybe is not really appropriate to take questions. I'm
Right, because people would have way too many.
meeting with, as you know, a couple of Democrats in a little while about the country, about keeping our country open.
The country will still be open. You mean the government?
They're going to have to do some things because their ideas are not very good ones. They're very bad
Oh, they are? They're going to have to do some things? Apparently not.
for our country. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we will.
But this is something that was really historic today. This was something that
This is like he did this literally so that before the government shutdown meeting, he like dragged Netanyahu over like, hey, come out here and do this dog and pony show about peace in the Middle East. So I can go, you motherfuckers want to shut down the government just as I created peace in the Middle East. You're trying to stop the rapture.
was amazing. I think, Bibi, I mean, depending on you, I think while we're waiting for signatures and waiting for approvals from a lot of.
Sorry, but hold on. The two of these motherfuckers are going to go sit in the Oval Office or in the residence and wait for Hamas to sign these documents?
Different countries that are involved in this. We probably shouldn't take questions, or would you like to take a question or two from perhaps a friendly Israeli reporter, if there's such a thing?
That's a very, very tough proposition. But I would think, Mr. President, that I would go by your instinct that this is, we'll have enough time for questions. Let's settle the issue first, I think.
Thank you very much.
Fucking front row, like Vance and all those assholes are just like.
Thank you.
Huh? You did a thing, huh? Huh? You look what we made a poopy, huh? Let's get out of here, huh? Let's go have a come with me. I have a special button in my office, and if you push it, it says where is it? It says hold on. Where the fuck is it? I know I have it someplace. There you go. If you push it, it goes.
Guy talk!
There you go. You know, does anybody else notice that he's like huffing and puffing? Like, we're in major old man territory right now. And then he supposedly went and had a meeting with the Democrats after that. I think when Schumer was saying, I think he heard us about the story he was telling about a woman who would lose her insurance and her kid might die. I don't think so. I think what he saw was the panic and sadness of this dude, like, confronted by his own fading heartbeat and his shitty breathing.
Our Hamas leaders in Qatar are off limits now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Press.
Thank you, press. Good Lord. Crazy Insane Alien, you were absolutely right. That was a whole lot. Christ almighty. Look, it's tough enough. See, I keep trying to make logical sense of it. That's the problem with being a Libra, ladies and gentlemen, is that I keep thinking this in terms of just like the logic of, if you're gonna announce something like this, you should have something to show for it. This is literally just announcing what you and Netanyahu discussed would be your terms, and then to come out and announce it as, see, I'm trying to make actual sense out of it. It's fucking stupid that you would come out and announce your terms as if you've solved it. Now we just gotta wait and see if they like it. Yeah, where's this in art of the deal? First, come up with what you want. Then announce it to the world as if the other side has already accepted. And then if they don't, kill them, I guess. Like, what the shit? Either way, I think, we got to see Ted Nugent's shitty true colors, which are, of course, brown. Like a sad beige-ish, nutty brown. And then, of course, the Republicans trying to blame Democrats for the fact that they don't have the votes to pass their own shit. And again, Democrats don't have the power to stop it in the House. They don't have to give any votes in the Senate, but they have a harm reduction aspect of trying to keep the government open in terms of how much it will hurt some people, and they've got to mitigate that against the damage that the Republicans will do, or if they have any kind of leverage at all, which is a difficult thing if you actually give a damn about people. So that always makes it tough. In the meantime, the most important thing, and I think this feeds into Trump's, I don't even want to call it the Board of Peace, chairman of the Board of Peace is, I gotta say, one of the funniest, dumbest, most ridiculous concepts ever. I'll see you guys tomorrow.